Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Brother, your name was Giovanni? Giovanni, right? Oh, praises. We was talking about smoking weed before, right? You had some questions about that, didn't you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna go through that right now because I know, like, when you hear that, you're like, dang, I can't smoke weed. That's something that a lot of our people do, right? So we're gonna go into that. But first, we're gonna hit this.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Bring it out. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So the Most High is telling our people, and he's warning us, hey, beware lest somebody spoil you. When something's spoiled, what does that mean, Giovanni? Right. Let somebody do that to you, make you rotten, make you spoiled through philosophy and vain deceit. When something's vain, what does that mean? Deceiving is if they said, man, I did that in vain, meaning you did it for what? For nothing, right? So if it's a vain deceit, it means it's a worthless lie. A lie that you're doing, and the outcome of the lie is no gain. So that's what vain deceit is. When somebody tell you something, and when you do it, you're not going to gain anything.
Right.
That's what a vain deceit is. So he said, beware lest somebody spoil you through philosophies and vain lies. One of the vain lies that we were taught is the use of marijuana, or the act of smoking. Right? So give me Titus 2:6. He read this one earlier, but I'm going to read it again just to bring it all full circle so it can be fully understood.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 6. Young men, likewise, exhort to be sober-minded.
So one of the things is to exhort to be sober-minded. When you exhort something, you mean you lift it up. You put that as a priority. One of your priorities has to be sober-minded. You don't want to be inebriated. You don't want to have your mind altered. You don't want your thoughts to be blocked by something.
Right.
So when you're high, what? You usually get real chill. You get real late. Some people it's different for people. Some people get lazy. Some people, some people can't even communicate no more.
Right.
They be so high, right?
Right.
That's not sober-minded. They're not exhorting to be sober-minded. They put that on the bottom of the list. God said to put that on the top of your list.
That's right. That's right.
Give me Sirach 38. What was it? 38:4. 38:4, I think.
Bring it out.
Because God did, give certain plants for medicines and whatnot. But that's not what people using weed for. People ain't using weed for medicine. They're using weed recreationally. Right?
Wake them up. The book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 4. Bring it out. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
God created medicines out the earth, and if you're a wise man, you're not going to abhor medicines. You have people who say, "Man, I'm not taking no herbs or nothing like that. I'm not gonna change my diet or do stuff like that." Right? Then you will be wise to not abhor the medicines and the natural remedies that God put on the earth.
Right.
So everything has its use. Our people are not using marijuana for what it was used for. You got glaucoma? You got glaucoma? I mean, that's just one of the uses for it. Our people don't got glaucoma. Huh? You have a disorder? Or eating disorder? But they're smoking it. They're trying to get the THC. They're trying to get high. That's not what that's used for. Get 1 Corinthians 3 in 16 about your temple, because we learned earlier that we're the Israelites, right? We're God's chosen people. We holy. We separated. We the apple of His eye, right? So what do you think that the apple of God's eye should be in the same state as everybody else who's not the apple? When you see royalty, are they like everybody else? So are we supposed to be like everybody else? We supposed to be doing what everybody else doing? No. But you're gonna learn something that's really important about yourself, Giovanni. Watch this.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16.
Bring it on.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
God said, don't you know, Giovanni, that you are the temple of God? You are the temple of God, Giovanni. I'm the temple of God. He's the temple of God. Us being chosen people, we're all the temple of God, right?
That's right.
Watch.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
The Spirit of God desires to dwell in you. It wants to, right?
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
So he said, if any man defile the temple of God, you being the temple of God yourself, God shall destroy you. So when you're not sober-minded, you're going outside of these commandments, you're defiling your temple. You're defiling yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice, and it says God will destroy you for that. So that's why you see some people who are in the midst of certain drugs, they have these problems. Sometimes they overdose, sometimes they die. God destroyed them for that. Because you're supposed to be a holy temple.
Right.
Our people are not going around like they're a holy temple.
Right.
They throw their lives away like it's a video game.
That's right.
Because they're not taught to value their own lives. They're not taught to value each other. That's why a brother can go up to another brother and say, I'm just going to kill him. I'm a robber. I'm going to take his wife. Because they don't value each other. They don't see each other as temples. They don't see themselves as temples. So when you look at yourself, you have to have a higher esteem of yourself.
Right.
You have to exhort certain priorities of yourself.
Right.
Right? So watch, give me, what's it one?
Genesis
the right,
1?
Not that one. It's Psalms 14. What is it? Huh? Yeah, I did that. But you have to exhort to be, what's the word I'm looking for? More pure, holy, because royal. And that's what you are. Deuteronomy 7:6. I don't know if they hit this one yet, but I'm gonna hit it real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So God chose us to be a special people unto himself. When you have like a favorite pair of shoes or something that favorite, you put it separate. You make sure that thing is right? You don't put it with everything else because it's different. That's how God did us.
Right.
He wanted us to be a holy people unto himself.
That's right.
Above all people.
No, we're the same as all people.
Above all people.
God said that we're supposed to be above all people. We're not supposed to be on the same level as everybody else. Because we're the holy people. We're the chosen people.
That's right.
Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people.
Because at the time where God chose us, we weren't the most people. We only had like 70 people. We were a very young nation at the time, but that's not why God chose us, because we had a lot of people.
For ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand.
So God said he chose us because he made a promise to our forefather, Abraham. You familiar with Abraham? He said, I'm going to bless your seed, right? That's talking about us. God chose us because he remembered to make that promise. Did you know that God made the earth for you? If he wasn't going to put you on the earth, he wouldn't have made it. Is that in the Bible? Is that in the Bible? Am I just making that up? Let's see. Get second answers. Let's see if God says that. Let's see if God made the earth specifically for one people. Yeah, there are other people on it, but he made it for one people. Huh?
Is that why Noah was on the boat by himself?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at the gods you serve. God had billions of people on earth. He saved 8. He saved 8.
That's right.
1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Imagine just us 8 standing here and everybody else on the planet is dead. That's a lot of people. This is a small area compared to the whole earth. This is where we standing.
Right.
The 8 people standing right here are the only people gonna live. That's what God did with Noah.
Bring it
Right.
out.
So God will do stuff for specific people. Watch this.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
So he's making the point that everybody comes from Adam. Everybody who's alive today comes from Adam, right? Watch this.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee.
So he said everybody comes from Adam, and the people who you chose, God, they come from Adam. The people God chose is the Israelites, which is us, right? He
That's
said, all
right.
this have I spoken to thee. Why?
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
He said, God,
That's
you
right.
made the world for our sakes.
Right.
He made the world for the chosen sake.
Right.
Read.
Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam,
Because there's people who are not chosen, but they also come from Adam.
thou hast said that they are nothing.
God said they are what?
Right.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
God
That's
said
right.
that other people who come outside of Adam, they are nothing. I mean, who come outside of the chosen, they are nothing.
That's right. Right.
He said they're nothing. God, oh, when it says God has a chosen people in that, hit Joel 2:27. When it says that God has a chosen people and the other people are nothing, God does not care about them. They were made to serve us.
That's right. Bring it out. Wake
They
them
were
up.
made to serve us. That's why they were created. He said, I'm gonna make the earth for the chosen people. I'm gonna make these other people so they can serve them. Somebody found a scripture where it said he would take out the sun and the stars and the moon if he were to get rid of Israel.
Jeremiah 31.
You get that Joel 2:27 first. That sound crazy as hell, right? Watch this.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
He
That's
said,
right.
I'm the Lord your God and none else.
That's right.
This Bible can be bought in any store. This book was written before we were born.
Right.
We didn't add this. This was always there.
That's right.
But like how the captain was bringing out before, they don't teach this in the churches. Why? Why is our community filled with churches of so-called black people, so-called Hispanics, who are the chosen people, but none of them know this?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
We don't got a special Bible right here. If you had a Bible in your bag, we could pull it out and teach the same thing. But they all say the same thing.
That's right.
Now get that one in Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 35.
Bring it out.
Thus said the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord.
He said, if the sun and the moon and the stars and all the ordinance that he made in the sky were to depart from him, meaning they would be gone, then what?
Then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
He said, then the seed of Israel will also cease from being the nation. He's saying that if he only put those things up there for you.
That's right.
He said, my people need to see. I'm gonna put a sun in the sky.
Right.
When it's dark, they need to be able to see in the dark. I'm gonna put a moon in the sky. He said, man, when people get sick, they need to be able to have medicine. I'm gonna put some medical herbs, all different types of herbs and stuff on the ground.
That's right.
He said they need to eat. I'm gonna have all different type of animals for them. Everything that God did on the earth, he did that for the purpose of us.
That's right.
That's why when it comes to something as simple, it's very simple as smoking weed or smoking cigarettes. That's something simple. That's something simple that we shouldn't be doing.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.